Hey y'all. So what's up? Fancy meeting you here. Oh my goodness. I hope that you're having a good day today. Today was pretty hectic but productive, so I'm certainly not complaining. I had a lot to do and more to do when I get done here, but so in honor of Independent Artist Month, I thought I would do periodically do some independent artist shout outs. And my hope is those that follow me, maybe there's some artists that you don't know, or maybe you hear me talk about them all the time, so you do know them. But I wanted to showcase them, talk about them a little bit, let you know either if I know them personally, like if I have a personal story about them, or whatever. Yeah, so let's just get right into it. My name is Teri Tobin, if you don't know. Um, I am an independent recording artist. I guess originally from Arizona, and I am an independent artist through and through. I'm grateful that I started this journey as an independent artist in 2011. I've been in the business way, way longer than that, but we won't get into that. And so July is Independent Artist Month. And again, I wanted to take this time to highlight some artists, as I will periodically. And the first artist that I want to highlight is Miss Conya Doss. Um, Cleveland native, beautiful, beautiful person inside and out. And she actually has seven recording albums, seven albums out, but I think that does not include her EP that she did with a mutual friend of ours, Oscar Keys, out of the UK. So that's 8 projects, and it's probably more than I'm missing. But super talented, super sweet, and of course she's a part of this movement. Um, and on a personal note, I had the pleasure of sharing the stage with her in London and in Paris. We did a tour in 2013, and man, we had a blast. We had a blast. She's such a sweet person, though. Like, those of us that are in the indie world, we consider her like, the queen of indie soul, right? But she's so humble. She's so, so humble, yet she is the standard with which most of us female independent artists, especially, aspire to. And our friendship basically grew there because prior to then, I had never met her in person. And, but we got to speak about being single parents, or at the time, parents of both of boys, boy moms. And so, like I said, we did London, we did Paris, and as time went on, we've checked in on each other, and the one thing I will say is that it, friendships in this business are rare. Um, Quality people are rare, and she is just one of those gems. I've told this story to different people, but during the pandemic, all of us were, going through different things. And she actually called and checked on me to see, what my family needed. And at that time, not only was the world, everybody was looking for toilet paper and looking for Lysol and looking for, different things that we couldn't get access to because everybody was buying it up at the time. She called and checked on me, and she sent me a care package, and I will never ever forget that, because she didn't have to do that. So shout out to Conya Doss. We have a producer in common, and what's wild is she actually had told me about her producer some time ago, but I never reached out to him. And I don't know what I had going on at the time, but I never reached out to him. And it wasn't until I started working with Tracy Cruz on this upcoming project, and I kept saying like, who produced this one? Oh, who produced this one? And Rodney Jones kept coming up. Art of Artez, if you follow him on IG. And so it's just wild that it ended up being Rodney, the one to kind of respark my songwriting again. And he produced on this album Forever. He produced Good Morning Love. He produced LYTL, and he produced the Heaven with the Art of Artez mix. And so again, great people, gravitate to great people. So I'm honored to share a producer with her. I'm honored to have shared the stage with her. Look forward to doing that again soon. I think the last time we did was like in 2017. At any rate, so shout out to Conya Doss. In the thread here, all the people that I talk about, I will highlight them and put some information about them in the chat so that you can follow them and get to know them as artists as well. This next artist is a dear friend of mine. We've known each other. Yeesh. I don't even want to say the number of years, but let's just say it's more than 30. We'll just say it's more than 30 years. And he goes by the name of L Black Friday. He is multi-talented, but he just released his first single called Thank You. And he's also featured, he's a featured artist in this not episode, what is it called? I don't know. What do they call it? It's not an episode. It's this installment. We'll call it an installment of Groove Magazine. I think it's number 46. And so I have to fight to not call him his government name because I've been calling him that for over 30 years. So we'll just, anyway, I'm going to get it together. But shout out to L Black Friday. He's got a song called Thank You. If you're into that style of music, drum and bass, he's definitely your guy. We have some material that we've done together like over the years that nobody has ever heard. So hopefully this means that we are going to finally put some of that and maybe some new stuff out together. You know me, I'm down to kind of explore other genres. I got some stuff in EDM. I've got some stuff in reggae, of course, gospel. And so I'm open to exploring. Sidebar, there's all this conversation about Beyonce and is she country, is she not, and all that BS. First of all, there will be no Beyonce slander in my vicinity, period. Let's just put it there. But the irony is, for me anyway, is back in the 90s when I was working with Debbie Nelson, talked about her all the time, my former production partner. We wrote a lot of songs together. And one of the songs that we wrote together is a song called Someone. And Someone is actually the first song on my first independent album called Love Infinity. And initially, though, what people don't know, unless you know, Someone was a country song initially. It just, the vibe of it was definitely a country song. And so at the time I was focused on being a songwriter. And so we were going to pitch it to some artists. And in my head, I had like Faith Hill in mind. And I had, at the time, Carrie Underwood wasn't even a blip on the screen. But, now I think about it, she definitely could have given it her spin. But at any rate, so all I'm going to say is I think that people are very territorial about what they consider theirs, but the bottom line is, the foundation of it, we all know where it comes from. And, every time we sing music and they take a little bit of it and want to take claim for it, it's just fascinating to me that people would be so territorial. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone. But yeah, shout out to L Black Friday. Check out his music. I'll put his link in the comments as well. The next artist that I would like to highlight is none other than Boisseau. He is with the Boisseau project. Shameless plug. He is going to be. He and his band are going to be supporting me during my stop in Richmond, Virginia. That's August 16th in Richmond, Virginia. So Boisseau is, again, multi-talented. He has produced for various people. He's done some remixes for different people. I think I came to know him maybe from working with Raheem Devon back in the day. But I've seen him in various settings. Eric Roberson, the list goes on, I'm sure, and I'm drawing a blank on all the people, but he's very talented. But he too is featured in this installment of Groove Magazine. He's one of the featured artists in honor of Independent Artist Month, and so I wanted to shout him out as well. And finally, in terms of the independent artists that I'd like to shout out, the artist that I would like to highlight now also is included in what I'm calling TeeTee on repeat, because there's always songs that I gravitate to, and when I love it, I will have it on repeat for I don't know how long. I can't tell you how many weeks I had Haley, I don't know if it's Halle Bailey, her song Angel. I had it on repeat for weeks. And I mean weeks. But anyway, I'm like that. So if I find a song that reaches me in a certain way, it'll be on repeat till I find the next one. And so this week, this week's TeeTee on repeat is by none other than Myron. Myron Davis himself is the founder of the movement that we call Independent Artist Month here in July. And if you don't recall, he was also a part of the early neo soul movement with the song Destiny. If you're grown enough, you remember it from back in the day. And I'm I'm not gonna say how I came to know it, but I'll just say that it's definitely one of my favorites. It was on one of my mixtapes back in the day. And yeah, so he's definitely a very talented, very talented artist. I'm getting the opportunity to get to know him more now. And with this movement, he has created an energy, a synergy amongst independent artists, and just it's just an electric vibe between us that's kind of getting us all excited. And I want to thank him personally because as an independent artist, sometimes you think you're out here by yourself, right? And I experienced this with him. And I think because we're doing this, because we're elevating the room, so to speak, and we're doing it together, it's such a beautiful thing to see. I wish some of y'all could see behind the scenes what it looks like, and one day you might be able to. So I'm going to leave that there. But yeah, so the song that I've had on repeat by him is called That Dreams Are Made Of. Let me repeat that. It is called That Dreams Are Made Of. And when I tell you, if you're somebody that is into lyrics that say something, lyrics that touch your soul, lyrics that move you, this song is for you. He did this. And I know he's tired of me telling him how much I love it, but I absolutely do. It is such a man, when Al Chauncey and I put out our song called This Life with You, we were saying we wanted to bring back the notion of love songs again, partly because there's not enough of them out there. There's a lot of stuff out there that kind of is like love-ish, but they're not like, men and women just kind of expressing their love for their significant other. So with that said, go ahead and add that song That Dreams Are Made Of to your list. And thank you again for chapping in. Now, if there's somebody, an independent artist that you would like to share, or you'd like for me to highlight, go ahead and put them in the chat. Obviously, when this live is over, you can always still put it in the chat after you've watched it. I will definitely do my part to try to elevate some of these names that people don't necessarily know. And, I just appreciate you in advance for doing that. Thank you again for chiming in, and have a good rest of your day. Be good to each other. All right. Love y'all.